tourists from Taiwan, clinic connections, and model maniacs. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, May 12th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. In its very first year, SMSD's STEM Academy received an A from the Texas Education Agency. That can get you noticed, even overseas, as some recent visitors proved.
Today we're hosting a Magnet Academy school that's coming in from Taiwan. They're here to compete at the International Robotics Championships in the George R. Brown Convention Center the rest of the week, and they're here to visit our STEM Magnet Academy. They have a STEM Magnet Academy in Taiwan Science Park that's designed for their international STEM employees that are there in Taiwan, and they're visiting, and we wanted to showcase our STEM Magnet Academy and do some collaborations with them, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to travel to Taiwan for our students so they can visit their STEM Magnet Academy. It's very important that our students interact and socialize with students and peers from around the world. And we're creating and developing our students to be global citizens, to be successful. In order to do that and to be able to compete in a global economy, they have to be exposed to different cultures and different technologies. And I think this partnership with this Taiwan school allows us to do that. It allows us to give our students that exposure to other ideas, other forms of thinking, etc., that are going to be essential for them to continue to grow in their STEM journey.
That's a very significant a stepstone for City of Stafford and the Stafford Municipal School District to bridge it to the world level, to the international level, with very competitive skills and knowledges in the network. The students are so excellent, they are so devoted in the robotic competition, and they love to learn our school's higher level and rigorous instruction and learn about our program. So they are so excited. I'm very happy to see their smile on face because they were so amazed about how well our students speak Chinese. One of the students, they just took Chinese for 2 years and they speak Chinese very well. They were so impressed. They were impressed our STEM program, including coding, robotic, and gaming program. They really love to learn all this.
4 years ago, I started the International Student Program. So I talked to the Director General and also Director of Education Division from Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Houston. We start talking about this International Exchange Student Program, and actually, step by step, we start have student on Zoom meeting 2 years ago. So the student talk online because of COVID, because it's far distance, long distance, but I'm so happy today.
Oh, I'm extremely excited. This is the culmination of our last bond referendum, and to be here and to see our students not only explain and socialize and be excited about the things that they were doing. I just finished a session where our students are building these robotic hands that are controlled by their own hands, and to see the movement from our students' hands into the prosthetic that is moving, and just the awe and wonder in these students' eyes is very refreshing.
The purpose of this exchange opportunity is for the students to learn from students in Taiwan, and this is our second year have a robotic team, and we are developing robotic program. Our students they love to learn and brainstorm ideas and how to troubleshooting to build the best robot and build a really competitive robot in the competition. And I think this is a really great opportunity for our students to learn from the students in international, and they are competing in the world level.
I want to thank Alice Chan. I also want to thank Director Yang for the opportunity to bring our schools together and to also start the conversation so that we can continue to develop and innovate into additional partnerships that we may be able to explore and provide opportunities for international dual credit and those kind of exposures that are going to be essential in creating the next generation of learners to be able to compete in a global economy.
SMSD has a program that allows students to graduate not only with their diplomas, but with a degree from Houston Community College as well. Those students recently received their HCC stoles in a special recognition ceremony.
It is my pleasure to be here this evening to present 65 members of the senior class of 2023 for board recognition for achieving their Level 1 certification or Associates of Arts degree in multidisciplinary studies from Houston Community College, and to recognize this history-making event for Stafford Municipal School District. This is the largest group of HCC graduates that we have had thus far. We anticipate having approximately 118 graduates from the class of 2024. These students are the fourth graduating class of Stafford MSD students to graduate from college at no cost to them or their parents before earning their high school diploma. Roughly, this degree certificate represents a monetary savings of approximately $30,000 to them and their parents. We will start the recognition this evening with our students earning their Level 1 certifications in the following areas: Business Technologies, Microsoft Technology Specializations, Culinary Arts, Film Video Specialization, and Structural Welding. The students will receive their gold collars for their accomplishment this evening.
We're excited to be here with Stafford Municipal School District and honoring 65 students from Stafford Municipal School District that today are completing their associate's degrees or their certificates in one of our workforce programs. This is the largest class that we've had of success completers on our dual credit, and it really represents several years of partnership with Stafford Municipal School District, the vision of the superintendent and the entire academic team here at Stafford Municipal, as well as the leadership in dual credit and college readiness from HCC. So I'm extremely proud as college president for Southwest and our Stafford campus to be here today honoring them and their families. Yes.
The SMSD Education Foundation was also very busy with its annual spring fundraising tournament. Unlike the fall tournament, it's held indoors, and John King slings the story.
We're having our Stafford Bowls, and it's a bowling fundraiser event for Stafford Municipal School District. What we do is we raise money for scholarships and grants for the teachers of Stafford Municipal School District and scholarships for the graduating seniors. Education is important. The teachers don't get paid enough, so we supplement their programs and the things that they need. We try to make sure that if it's a program where they have a horticulture program, we give them the latest and the greatest in technology or in whatever they need, we try to do that. But it's important to raise funds to be able to do that.
Education is tough business. It's tough. Foundations like this and others around the state make a difference in someone having an average education and having an exceptional education. It's that little something extra that makes a difference. So every time I have an opportunity to support financially an education foundation, the answer is yes. Stafford is a district that's got a long heritage, not that long in history, but a heritage of exceptional students, exceptional graduates, because you had supportive families in those communities. It's getting tougher and tougher to keep those supportive families engaged. So people like me who understand that education is so important to the quality of life for everybody, and we need to step up and support these foundations. So now, I'm not bowling. I gave up bowling a long time ago. I realized that things change on my way to 64 years old, and bowling is off my list nowadays. But I'll write a check and try to support this cause, because I know it's going to be good for the kids in Stafford Municipal School District.
As being a former Stafford MSD trustee, I wanted to go ahead and give back. I felt very compelled. Stafford MSD and the Education Foundation have literally educated all three of my boys, and again, I felt like wanting to go ahead and give back. You know, events such as this one that you see over here, you know, they provide scholarships to kids going to higher ed, whether it's the University of Houston, go Cougs, or Texas A&M, University of Texas, or any other university. Or they go ahead and go to the vocation schools or anything like that. So events like this is definitely important and needed for our community and our students, more importantly.
Education is so important. Actually, I received full scholarship for my graduate school. That's the reason I'm here. It's an opportunity for all the students to get an education, because if you don't have education, you don't have a good future. So I encourage all the students, study hard at school, and we're going to give you scholarship to continue, maybe college, maybe graduate school. We are so proud of all the Stafford students, so we're going to work hard for you.
We just received $250,000 for a medical scholarship from Kelsey Sebo, and they were gracious enough to grant us seed money to have other fundraisers. So what we're trying to do is just continue to build the district, build the schools, and build the people and the teachers and the students that come from the schools. They can go to staffordmsdef.org and make a donation, or they could go to foundation at staffordmsd.org.
Cinco de Charity, next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
The Grid has some great restaurants, but earlier this year saw the arrival of a new healthcare venue as the Kelsey Sebo Clinic expanded to Stafford.
Kelsey Sebo Clinic is a multi-specialty clinic, group practice, that's been in the Houston area for the last 73 years. It is a practice that's composed of about 730 or so physicians, advanced practice clinicians, and other team members. We represent about 60 different specialties, and we're in about 34 different clinics, locations around the city. Kelsey Sebo has been on a growth path. We have heard from our patients, we've heard from employers around town, we've heard from many others to say, can you make your care, bring your model of care closer to our home or to our work? So we decided to grow into multiple locations, communities, neighborhoods around the city of Houston. And Stafford was one of those locations that we chose to be part of the expansion to serve this community. At this Stafford location, we have the typical primary care physicians, that's internal medicine, family practice, and also pediatrics. We also have in this location, dermatology as well as OB/GYN. And we will have other specialty rotations here, endocrinology, specializing in diabetes and other hormonal care, and also pulmonary at this location. And we'll add on other specialties over time as the demand and as we get more established here. When I talked about the model of care at Kelsey-Seybold Clinic, it's not just the physician piece. As you could tell from the location here, the clinic here, it is primary care working with the specialists. It is having other team members like the pharmacy, right? Laboratory technicians who can draw your blood. We've got radiology from simple x-rays for broken bones and chest x-rays to EKGs. We also will be bringing over time here CT scans and MRIs on mobile technology. By the way, those are all connected to our specialists throughout Kelsey-Seybold Clinic by electronic medical record. When you see a Kelsey-Seybold physician, we should be able to talk to each other through sharing of the medical records, or even virtually by video, by texting, and by many other ways. The goal is to give the patients one-stop shop, to have all the services under either one roof or one virtual roof. That's the goal.
Cinco de Mayo has become a widespread day of celebration, and it also became a day for supporting a vital program serving Fort Bend seniors, Meals on Wheels. Though not a senior, Fernando Ramirez was there.
At La Cocina, we're having a Cinco de Mayo celebration. Andres Novoa, the owner of La Cocina, has done this for 16 years, with the proceeds going to support of the activities of Fort Bend seniors. It's a wonderful activity. We have about 275 people here. They're having fun. Typically, we raise about $50,000 with this event. Fort Bend Senior Meals on Wheels is a 501c3 charitable organization that serves to help seniors stay independent. We support, by delivery of meals, seniors who are living by themselves that don't have an adequate support system. There is no financial test for being served by Fort Bend seniors. It's totally needs-based. But we want to help seniors remain independent through their elder years, and sometimes they need help to do that. Are we successful? Well, we'll deliver over 400,000 meals this year in Fort Bend County and Waller County. The vast majority of those in Fort Bend County. Now, the support of local business is tantamount to success with any nonprofit organization. We have 3 events a year that are scheduled. One is the March for Seniors that we finished last month. The Cinco de Mayo, which is put on by Andres and his team. And then we have the Spasmatics in October out at the out off FM 359. Completely different atmosphere, completely different type of event, but it also raises $50,000 to $60,000 a year. So between all 3 of those events, we'll raise about $130,000 of the $1 million we need to get from the public. So it helps. It also gets our name out, and it keeps people energized. You know, we couldn't operate as Fort Bend seniors without volunteers. We have a small staff of 13 full-time employees, but we have a volunteer staff that numbers over 450. And they're the folks that are delivering these meals. As with all nonprofits, we have to raise money one way or the other from the public. And these events are established to allow people to enjoy themselves while giving money to the charity. We have a very good crowd here tonight. If they spend a lot of money on the auction items and things like that, then it'll be a great crowd. I think it'll be a great crowd. It typically is. I like to say it's a ballet every day when we do meals, because meals come in from our vendor in Houston. We redistribute them to 8 different locations in the county with these trucks. The volunteers then come to those points and pick up 7 to 10 meals each and take them out and put them at the homes. It happens every day. It has a different cast. It's a very, very complex operation. We have no waiting list in Fort Bend County. Every senior that we're aware of that needs our help is getting our help. But we know there are more seniors out there. So if they want to get involved, they should look around at their network, their family group, and see if they have a relative or a friend, a neighbor that might be able to benefit from the services that we give, because we're always looking to serve more.
Do-it-yourself Army. Next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
Like a lot of kids, I built plastic model kits, and frankly, they turned out pretty awful. But a lot of kids kept on building them and getting better, and now they have an annual show of their work at the Stafford Center.
It's a show and a contest. We have modelers coming from all over state, out of state, even at times different countries. And they put their models on display, they're judged. We award first, second, third, best ofs, things like that. And then to help push the hobby a little bit, we have a nice big vendor room here where these guys can come and get all sorts of stuff they need. So we're IPMS Houston. We are part of a larger national organization, IPMS USA. And it's a group of modelers. We build scale models. It's all subjects, all scales. We have aircraft, automotive, and cars, armor, ships, figures, dioramas, pretty much anything you can model. I mean, and whatever you want to model, you can model. We'll come in to support you. We'll help beginners. We have a place for master modelers. It runs a really wide gamut. Well, I think one is skill, how well the models are built. I also think it's the subjects. People, like cars, they like certain types of cars. Aircraft, same thing. I mean, it's also history. People like it for the history, and then I guess the artistry, how to make it look like it is a copy of the real thing. It's just different according to the guy doing it. It's kind of a nerdy hobby maybe, and it can be obsessive at times. So you got spouses that really support you. Now the vendors that come in, they're great because they're a good source for us to get kits that we don't always find in a store somewhere or order. They also have older kits. There's guys right now even looking for kits they built when they were kids. And they're going back and building those to see if they can do a better job than they did when they were 10 years old. And then the guys coming together, it's kind of a support thing, it's because we have a show, and then there's one in Austin or Lake Charles. We'll go to them and challenge each other and try to make each other do better in building models to improve your techniques, your skill. And it's, like I said, it's clubs, and you join and support each other, and you try to help each other do better. It's like any club, it's your group of guys that are doing something in common. So you get to be with other guys doing things you like to do. For Model Mania this year, I think we've had a pretty good crowd come in this year. I think we may even done better than last year, which is really nice. It's kind of good to see things coming back after all the shutdowns we've had the last few years. We've been luckier than some other clubs. There's some other clubs that have been around, hadn't had a show in 3 years. And we were able to get back in 2021. So it's been really nice, and it's starting to come back. And everybody's welcome, just come out. And, you don't have to come to every meeting, and just join in.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.